We will teach you the sexual reproduction of the flower and the role of pollination. Let's begin.
Sexual reproduction. Most plants grow from seeds. These plants have parts that are responsible in making up seeds. These seeds-making parts of plants are found in the flower. The flower has 7 parts. These are petal, stigma, anther, filamen, style, ovary, and the stigma. The pestle and the stamen are parts of the flower that are responsible in making up seeds in flowering plants. The stamen is the male reproductive organ. It consists of the stalk called the filamen and an ovoid structure at its tip called the anther. The anther bears pollen grains. The pestle is the female reproductive organ found at the center of the flower. It consists of the ovary, style, and stigma. An egg cell is formed in the ovule. The ovules after fertilization will develop into seeds, and the ovaries surrounding it becomes the fruit in most plants.
The role of pollination. One important function of the flower is to produce seeds. How? If seeds are to be produced, the pollen grain from the anther must land on the stigma. This transfer of pollen grains to the stigma is called pollination. Pollination occurs mainly by wind and by animals as insects and birds. When pollen grain from a plant's anther is transferred to another plant stigma, it is called cross-pollination. The plants must be of the same species. For example, only pollen grain from a daisy can pollinate another daisy. When pollen grain from the plant's anther is transferred to the same plant stigma, it is called self-pollination.
Let's review.
Question number 1. The male reproductive organ of a flower is blank. A. Anther. B. Pollen. C. Pestle. And D. Stamen. You've got it right. The stamen is the male reproductive organ. It consists of a stalk called the filamen and an ovoid structure at its tip called the anther.
Question number 2. The female reproductive organ of a flower is the blank. A. Ovule. B. Pistil. C. Stamen. D. Ovary. You've got it right. The pistil is the female reproductive organ found at the center of the flower. It consists of ovary, style, and stigma.
Question number 3. When pollen from a plant's anther is transferred to the same plant stigma is called blank. A. Cross-pollination. B. Self-pollination. C. Fermentation. D. Production. You've got it right.
Question number 4. When pollen from a plant's anther is transferred to another plant's stigma, it is called blank. A. Self-pollination. B. Cross-pollination. C. Fermentation. D. Production. You've got it right.
Question number 5. A flower has parts that are responsible for the making of seeds. These are blank. A. Pestle and stamen.
B. Sepals and petals.
C. Style and pollen.
D. Filament and ovary.
You've got it right. The pestle and the stamen are parts of the flower that are responsible in the making of seeds in flowering plants.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope you learned something about sexual reproduction of the flower and the role of pollination. Bye!
Honey, honey, honey bee, dance around the honey tree, buzz about, wiggle, shout, and sing